In this episode of Budget Project, we're working on my 1986 Ninja 600R. In this episode, we're going to be installing some cheap eBay Hello Tone style horns to give it a nice clean look. Now this is this horn that was on the bike. That isn't the stock horn. The stock horn, if you can see it, is right in there. I guess it stopped working in the previous owner, one of the many previous owners in the 30 years of this bike's life. Took it off and replaced it with this. Now, the first step to this kind of project is, in my opinion, is finding a place to mount these horns. My plan is to put them right here, facing in towards each other. I think the red on the black gives it a nice clean look. The headlight's going to be up here. I was thinking about putting them up, but it's not going to fit. So first thing first, take off these bolts. Move this wiring out of the way for now. There we go. That's a good mount. Next, disconnecting the old horn. Now, I've already disconnected it, and right now I just have it on with the wires through the connections. So boom, boom. Let's hold on with this little 10 mil. There we go. So the way horns like this work is they have a positive and a negative. Usually not labeled, either one works, it's just a direct circuit. So for this, since we have two horns, we're going to have to connect them in line. So one negative from this one is going to go to the positive on this one. Just for the sake of a good connection, I'm going to solder all my connections because I don't really like crimping and I don't trust it in the long run. Not that I expect this bike to last me a long time. So here, the brownish orange is the positive, and the black and white is the negative. Usually black, white, or just solid black is a negative on any wiring on a bike or a motorcycle or a car. I'm going to use some spare wires I have. There we go. So the black is going to be the negative, and the gray is going to be the positive. I don't really need that much wire extended to connect it to the positive on the horn here. I think I might just be able to That's good. Now, I've already soldered some wires here before, so I can't really stick it through. I guess I can on the negative. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tin this. Tinning is the process of putting solder on the end of a wire. Now, just melt it into all the solder that I already have. There we go. And there we go. That's a solid connection. Next, I'm going to need to run a piece of wire from the negative here to the positive on the other horn. Take some wire, strip it, twist it, then we'll thread it through the hole. Twist some more, and then solder. Okay, that's one. The terminal on this side is also filled with solder from my previous job, so I'm going to tin this end. Okay. And to solder it. Melt it into the solder until it's in there. Take the iron off and let it cool off, and there we go. Now, final piece, connecting the positive to the other wire. So I'm going to need to run a little extension. Twist these two together. Nice connection. Finally solder. Now, some people use a little piece that slides on, some shrink wrap to seal the wires. I don't have any on hand, so I just use electrical tape. Wrap out the connection. Then I use a lighter to melt the plastic together. Give it a nice weatherproof seal. I mean, it's not as good as shrink wrap, but it'll get the job done. Now the other end. Cut the axis off. the wire. As you can tell, I already have the terminal soldered up. So, tin this. Then melt it into the solder. And perfect. And that's how you install some cheap eBay Hello Tones on your motorcycle. See you guys next time.